Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming back to the channel. I wanted to make today's video to kind of go over some of my day trades, what I've been doing in the Robinhood challenge, and just have an update video for everybody who's sticking along with the series. So unfortunately, I'm still waiting for my 3 day trades to become available to me. I use them up and I have to wait another day or two before they're available. But I bought more into a penny stock and I've been seeing great returns on this. As you can see, I'm up 24% today on this one stock alone. For the past week, I'm up 60%, and the past month, I am up 63%. So I started this challenge a little bit over a week ago, so I have put in an additional $25 from my own bank account after starting with $100. And on top of that, this week I have not put in the $25 yet. I'm gonna do that around Wednesday when I make my second video, and I'll give you guys another update around the portfolio and what actual price point I'm able to capitalize on my gains for this one penny stock that is doing so well for me. For those of you that are new to the channel, I wanted to give you a little welcome and introduction to the challenge that I'm doing. So I started about a week and a half ago with an initial investment of $100. I'm trying to turn that $100 into $1,000 in a time period of about 6 months using the Robinhood app. This is including different styles of trading. So obviously this video is focused around penny stock, which is a little bit riskier, and then I also have just capital gain stocks that have less risk for me and that I see growth in the future. I'm going to give you tips and share insights as to what I'm doing for my moves on the stock market. If this is something that interests you, I definitely recommend subscribing to the channel. Any support in the beginning is going a long distance for me. I really appreciate the likes, the comments, and the shares that you guys are giving me. Getting a lot of exposure here at the beginning. I'd like to keep that going and really be able to just share my process with you guys. We're making this happen. We've seen great growth over the past week and a half. I mean, in no time, we're going to hit our goal with the amount of growth that we're hitting. Before I get into the real meat of this video, I just wanted to give a shout out to Travis H, who used my referral code for Robinhood. He got a free stock. I got a free stock. Mine was Sirius XM Radio, and you could see that it was about $6. So that went into my portfolio. I'm still holding on to that stock for now. I will likely sell it in the future. What I'm actually planning to do with the money I'm getting from these referral codes is to, once it hits a certain point, so say I make $50 off of it, I'm going to get like a $50 gift card, do a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Definitely be on the lookout for the different giveaways that I will be hosting in the future. But for those of you who are new to Robinhood, I would definitely recommend using my referral code. You can see it right here. It's share.robinhood.com/DaltonL1. What this is going to do is going to give you a chance to get a high-paying stock, or it's going to give me a chance to get a stock. We'll definitely get one stock. It just depends on what it is. You can see you have a 1 in 150 chance of getting Berkshire Hathaway, Apple, Microsoft, so some of these higher end stocks, and then 1 in 90 chance of GE, Ford, Snap. What I see is typically getting $5 to $6 stocks, but I mean, honestly, that's a free $5 to $6. So anybody who wants to take advantage of this, I definitely would recommend doing so. Anyway, guys, I want to be talking about this one particular penny stock that I have most of my portfolio in right now. You can see that I'm about 73%, and I've made 2 kind of transactions with this. I've bought in twice at 2 different price points, and you can see that my average right now is about 39 cents, and we've almost doubled that once it's around 80 cents is when it's been up 100%, and it's actually done that when it was up. It got all the way up to 87 cents, and I would have sold around the 80-cent price range, but because I bought today, if I sell even the shares that I bought on last Friday, so it's been the weekend, I can't sell them because it counts as a day trade, which is kind of a bummer. But you know, I did it to myself, and I'm not seeing this drop down much lower than what it's at now, I don't think, for a little bit anyways. So I'll be able to sell this tomorrow for a decent amount of gain in the portfolio. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you wanted to stay updated real time, I have been utilizing Twitter a bunch to interact with the community. I've made some great connections using the platform, but essentially, you know, I'm giving you guys real-time updates with what's going on, some of my suggestions, and I just wanted to talk about how I actually identified Vital Therapies as, oh, you can see I hit that 106% gain right now. But I just want to talk about how I actually identified this penny stock as one that I wanted to become invested with, and where I saw my money increasing. If you guys are interested in getting these real-time updates, definitely follow my Twitter account at DLitzTV on Twitter. I'll put a link in the bio. But I also I identified this stock using another connection that I made on the app, and that's this Robinhood day trader account. So if you guys follow at Robinhood DT, they post great insight into stocks. You can see they're also looking at the vital therapies. This was from April 5th, so that's actually when I bought in. It was before the stock market opened. You can see that they kind of identified that the company was merging with another company, and I was like, man, this is something that it's still very early. I got to get in on this. So when they identified it, the price was 25 cents, and I got in at 35 cents. So this was the first way that I found out about this stock, and after finding this out, I needed to do a little bit of extra research of my own just to make sure it was something that seemed stable, that I could really see my money growing in, at least for the short term, because that's all I'm looking for with this penny stock. I'm not looking to hold this for a while. I wanted to, if it were up to me, I could have sold this, I would have sold it on April 5th when I had like a 70% gain. I just haven't been able to because I don't have my day trades, and it's actually paid off for me because it keeps growing and growing. As soon as I'm able to sell this, I'm not looking to get much more off of this. I think my risk tolerance for this is already doubled the stock's price, so I'm not trying to mess with that at all. So that was one huge indicator for me. And you can see this Twitter account itself is actually doing another Robinhood challenge. They started a little bit before me, and they have the goal of turning $300 into $10,000 using the Robinhood app. So definitely, if you guys want to find another person to stick along and see their real-time updates, definitely follow this Twitter account. But anyways, you guys probably know just taking advice from one person isn't always the best thing to do. So I decided I needed to do a little bit of my own research. And what I find most important when investing with penny stocks is not only the news that's coming out around them, so that kind of checked off that box for me. I like to see any updates or news that is coming in that's new, that might cause a price increase for them. So that box was checked. Thank you to the Robinhood day trader for identifying this stock. It was a huge help. So the news box was checked. Next thing I look for is volume, and the volume that it's being traded. So I looked at the stock itself, and I looked for the average volume that it's being traded at. So you can see right here for this stock, it's 2.8 million. And so that's throughout the day, that's how much is being traded for it. And in the actual app on the phone, I'm going to put a screenshot up there, but essentially it shows you the amount of volume it's being traded at for the day. So I'm going to see if it's going to focus on it. So you can see today's volume, it says 3950, 117. That is a huge monumental jump, and that's definitely going to be a factor in driving the price up. So usually what I do to identify if I think the volume is going to be traded much higher than usual is I take a look at the open. So I set my alarm for 9:29 a.m. so that way whatever I'm doing, if I'm asleep, if I'm doing something at work, if I'm in class, I can just pop on real quick to kind of identify what the stock market's open is like. And for this particular stock, almost immediately, I'm talking within 2-3 minutes of the stock market being open, this volume was much greater than the 2.8 million. I think this morning it was, I'm not even kidding you, I think it was about 8 million within the first 2 to 3 minutes. And that is huge, and that's what I've noticed has kind of drove the price for this particular stock. Another way that I've been identifying the volume with these penny stocks is actually in an application in the App Store, and it's called Penny Stocks. I'll also be putting a link to that in the description. Essentially, the way it's broken down is you have very simple to use platform that breaks down stocks under $1, $2 and under, $5 and under, and you can set the volume. So greater than or less than 0, 300,000 traded, 500,000 traded. And so then you can look at particular penny stock gainers and losers. So what I actually try and do is get on the train of the gainers, and this doesn't always work out well, but it has been paying off early on for this, and I haven't really seen much negative feedback from doing so. So anyways, I'll set the stocks to $5 and then trading over 500,000, and then I'll click on the penny stock gainers, and this will give me a list of penny stocks that are trading much higher than usual, and it tells you their percentage increase, and these are what I'm looking at for volume. So then what I do from that, so on this particular list, I'll go into Robinhood and I'll be searching. So the next one on the list is BW. So if this is something that interests me, I usually do this after the market when things are less hectic, so there's less, there's less chaos going on during the market. The price isn't fluctuating as much, but I'll add it to my watch list. And then in the morning when I'm up at 9:30, I will hop onto the app, and then I will go to my watch list, which you can see right here. And You can see it right here. I'll click into it, and then in there on the app, I'll look at the average volume. I'll see what it's being traded at, and I'll look at the news and whatnot going on for the actual company itself, and that's how I'm determining whether or not I should buy into these stocks. So anyway, guys, that's a couple of resources that you can use to help yourselves figure out what stocks you should be investing in. Obviously, assess your risk and don't always take my advice by itself. Definitely do your own research. But yeah, definitely I'd recommend following the Twitter accounts of both me and the Robinhood Day Trader. You're going to find some great information to help fuel your portfolio building in that. And if you guys are enjoying the series, as always, like and subscribe and check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks.